As far as I can recall, the word university was never spoken in my house. And when I was asked, "Where are you going to college?" I replied, "The Marines." My parents were both Mexican immigrants who had decided to move out of the Bronx, seeking a better life for me, knowing that the social structures in those slums would not allow much room for success. But even when we moved to California, I found myself stuck in the same sinkhole, trying to squirm out of the sand, but sank deeper and deeper the more I let life pass by me. It wasn't until my sophomore year that I was recommended for AVID, and salvation came in the form of my new AVID teacher, Mr. Kale. When teachers spoke of Luis Hernandez, there wasn't much to say. Before my sophomore year, I thought this was a good thing. I understand now that it wasn't because they had little to say about me. It was because they couldn't say anything good, since they had already given up on me. I would always sit in the back of my classes, doodling, playing with my Game Boy, or being bored, watching every movement of the clock as it ticked. It wasn't until one day, when we were signing up for classes, that it hit me. Some of my friends were asking what we were going to do after graduating, if we did graduate. One said that he wanted to be a mailman, because mailmen get to drive around and they get Sundays off. Another, a Marine, just like me. And the last said that he wanted to go to college. And for some weird reason, we laughed. I recall another Mexican American saying, "Mexican people don't go to college." But after class, the more I looked at the situation, the more stupid I realized it was. Why had we laughed at somebody else's dream? Was it because we were so insecure about our own failure? Weeks passed, and I made up my mind. Just like my friend, I too would go to college, whatever that was. Some of my friends recommended joining AVID. AVID? Like the place that makes you take Cornell notes? Do community service? Join clubs? Binder checks? And take AP and honors classes? No way. But eventually, I was convinced. I went to speak with Mr. Kale. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of scary talking to him. Kind of like confronting a fire-breathing dragon. But you know that if you're capable of succeeding, you can get the goal that it is guarding. In this case, the opportunity of being an AVID was that gold. In my sophomore year, I challenged myself with rigorous coursework. A full schedule with 2 AP classes, language and composition, and modern European history. Unprepared for such a challenge, the difficult coursework knocked me down, and I struggled to get back up. If this is the type of work required from an AVID student, would I hold on? I did it with the help of my AVID family. I actually took Cornell notes. We held study groups with classmates, came to AVID with courses higher level questions for tutorials, and were helped to remain on our college D course with binder checks. I came to recognize that Cornell notes are useful tools for academic success, rather than a method of modern high school torture. My notes helped me study using better methods than most of the students in my academic classes. Tutorial helped me master difficult coursework through collaboration and inquiry with my AVID classmates. Not only did I see AVID methodologies in my AVID class, I also started to see them incorporated into my other classes. The AVID program has trained all teachers in Socratic seminar so that they can incorporate them into their teaching structure. Through engagement, I gained confidence and competence to be an effective public speaker. In AVID, Mr. Kale helped us improve our writing by becoming comfortable, instruction and argument, and developing it with clarity and precise language. Although I had a rough start, not only has AVID guided me on my course to college, but also molded my values and the person that I wish to become. Through AVID, I started to become more involved in school. I joined several clubs in school as well as speech and debate. I was actually inspired to join speech and debate because one of our tutors, Daniel Garber, is one of the best Lincoln Douglas debaters in the nation. I started off horribly, losing all of my tournaments, but gradually got better as a novice. I became good enough to become part of the National Forensics League, a speech and debate honor society, as well as being sixth speaker and a quarterfinalist in Lincoln Douglas at the Santa Clara University Speech and Debate Spring Tournament. From here, I gained not only did I get a better love for public speaking, but a passion for social justice. At the time, there was an increase in hate crimes that were occurring in the city where I live. There was graffiti on walls at a school that I had attended, Landals Elementary, which said, "No more aliens." Also at this time, Hispanic students at Graham Middle School were harassed with BB guns by freshmen from Mountain View High School. As my AVID teacher, Mr. Kale offered me an opportunity where I could voice my concerns. I learned about the local Rotary Club speech competition, in which the theme was, "Make dreams real." And indeed, this contest would make my dreams real. I spoke about my dreams and goals for Mountain View, as well as the drastic growth of hate crimes in the quiet suburb and what we could do to stop and fix the problems. I won first place, $100, and was surprised that shortly after, I was offered to speak on the local television station KMVT on the show Alicia's View. I was also offered an internship with the district attorney, which I will begin later this summer. Working side by side with a person that represents my career choice makes my dream appear more real. In my senior year, I worked harder than ever. I served as Senior Public Relations Officer for my school's associated student body, as a member of the City Mountain View's Youth Advisory Committee, a varsity Lincoln Douglas debater, Vice President of the Black Student Union, as well as a board member for the Latino Movement Club. I also enrolled in rigorous classes such as Literature and Composition AP and French 4 AP. I no longer sat in the back of my classes, but rather, you could see me taking Cornell notes, raising my hand, and contributing in the front of the class. I know who I am. Luis Hernandez, a Mexican-American student who will attend St. Mary's College of California in the fall, graduate, and pursue a career as a lawyer. I will never forget when we read Langston Hughes' poem, Mother to Son in AVID. And I will always remember these words. "That life for me ain't been no crystal stair, but AVID has helped me climb that staircase with the broken boards and splinters. And when I reach the top of the staircase, AVID will have helped one more student to achieve his dream and given him the opportunity to achieve what had once seemed impossible. Thank you.